Hey everyone, so it's Hearth and welcome back to my channel. So on today's video, I'm going to be doing something slightly different. I'm going to be doing a recent favourites video. Now I know that this is not the usual content I put on this channel. Typically it's far more educational, but the last time I spoke to you was about 10,500 subscribers ago. Not quite sure how that happened, but you guys, I cannot thank you enough for subscribing to the channel and watching the content. Like, it really means so much to me. Now I know that probably about 90% of my viewers are here for the witchcraft content and they don't really mind who tells them about it, which is completely fine. But I know that there are some of you who've been asking about my personal style, my personal taste, my home and my homeware, and the things that I like. So this video is going to be just a little bit of a favourites video. They aren't my monthly favourites, just a few recent favourites of mine, and don't worry, this probably won't be a regular thing for this channel. This will likely end up being on my other channel, my more personal channel that I'm trying to kind of resurrect. But I do just want to share a little bit of my own personal taste with you and also share some of the most amazing creators I have ever had the chance to meet and talk to and have items from. Because a lot of the things I'm talking about today are things that come from people I actually know, and nothing I talk about is affiliated, nothing has been sent to me. All of this stuff is stuff that I have bought with my own money because I love it. And I love it so much that I want to tell you guys about it. So that's what today's video is going to be. So if you are interested in me personally, you're just here for the content, that's completely fine. There is going to be another video going up in a couple of days. But if you do want to see a little bit of my recent favourites, stick around and let me know what's your favourite thing you've bought in the last couple of months. Put it in the comments because I would absolutely love to know. It doesn't have to be witchcraft related, it can just be something you love. Okay, so the first thing that's in this list is actually something I am wearing. Now I do get a lot of questions, especially in live streams, about my personal style. And some people love it, some people hate it, and that's completely fine. But one of my personal favourite things is actually this shirt. Now I was wearing this in my last live stream and I had so many people commenting on it. This fishnet shirt is literally just a fishnet shirt, so it comes all the way up to here and it comes all the way down to your waist, just like a normal fishnet does. Now this is from Killstar. Now Killstar is one of my favourite brands ever. I will purchase from them till the day I can no longer afford to purchase from them. It is a more expensive brand and you do have to, at least I have to save up quite a lot to get items from them. But when I do, I am never ever disappointed. So I saw this fishnet shirt and thought it was amazing. It brings me back to like my 17, 18-year-old kind of emo goth days where I used to have like cuffs that were fishnet. I love them. I still have them somewhere. So I got this and honestly it is amazing. It's so comfortable, and because it has these kind of finished edges, it doesn't fray either, which is what a lot of the cheaper kind of eBay fishnet shirts do. They don't have a finished edge, so like at the top, at the bottom and on the sleeves they start fraying, but this one doesn't, and it's amazing. So I actually managed to get this in the sale a couple of weeks ago, and honestly, best purchase ever. It's amazing, and I know that not all of you are into this kind of style, but I adore it. I think it's amazing, and the Killstar stuff is so fantastic. So I will link this shirt down below if anyone's interested. I know that the last time I mentioned a piece of clothing, a bunch of people wanted to get that shirt from Restyle that I mentioned, and some of you actually did, which is honestly, it's great that I helped you find something that's just really cool. So I will link this shirt down below. No, it's not an affiliate link or anything like that. I just want to help you guys find cool clothes. So I think this is a cool clothing, so it's in my favourites. So please do excuse if my voice cracks at any point. My partner gave me his cold. It's very nice of him, thank you very much. So my voice is like 2 octaves deeper, or at least to me it sounds really deep, and it keeps cracking, so I'm sorry about that. But I'm trying to film some videos before my voice like really goes, because then I can't film. and I really want to have content for you guys to watch. So my next favorite is actually these jars. Sounds like a weird thing, but trust me, it's a witch thing. You know, every witch loves jars. It's something I've found. It seems to be a pretty much universal thing. I've been struggling to find jars to keep my herbs in now for years. I used to just keep them in the kind of packaging that it arrived in, but they just don't keep as well in a paper packaging as they do in glass jars. So it took me a couple years, but finally I found the perfect jar. These are from The Range in the UK. So I'm sorry if you don't live in the UK and you want to get something like this, but I'm sure you can get them elsewhere. But if you are in the UK, these are from The Range. It's just kind of like a generic store where you can find loads of garden stuff and homeware and kitchenware and jars. They aren't Kilner jars, they are like their own style of jar, but they are like a Kilner seal, and you open it up and it's got like the rubber seal. Oh my god, they smell so good. Oh, pink rosebuds smell amazing. But the thing I love so much about these is the price. They are £1.50, £1.75 or something like that a piece, which is really, really affordable for jars. They have a really good seal, and my favourite bit, they have a flat top. I literally have an entire cabinet filled with herbs. A lot of them are just in bags. I'm slowly putting them in these jars because I literally have like 90 herbs just in this giant cupboard. And so these are fantastic because I can stack the jars one on top of another on top of another. So if you also have a lot of herbs and you work with herbalism and herbs quite a lot, then these jars are absolutely brilliant. They're super easy to clean and they store so well, and they stack. And what's better than stacking jars? I don't know. I've not found anything that's better than stacking jars. It's fantastic, such a great purchase, and every time I go to the Range, I just wipe them out of these because I have so many herbs that need jarring up. So the next few things I have are incense. Now I burn a lot of incense. At the moment I'm looking into actually getting animals. So I'm making the most of burning incense while I can, because the animals that I am looking into getting have really sensitive respiratory tracts, and I don't want to upset them in any way, shape or form. So I'm kind of getting all my incense burning out of the way before I fully consider getting animals, because obviously I need to know that I'm going to be able to take care of them properly, that I have the appropriate stuff. So I'm getting all my incense burning out of the way now. And some of my favorites are these. Now, these are my die-hard favorite incense sticks in the entire world, except you can't find them anymore. So I was wondering if any of you out there are able to find these Dragon's Blood incense by Magic Scents. Please let me know. These used to be my die-hard to the grave favorite incense, and they still kind of are. They are utterly amazing. And I used to get these from a little market seller that closed down about 6-7 years ago now, and I have never been able to find them since. To this day though, this is my favorite incense. So if you can find this incense, it is the best Dragon's Blood incense on the market. It's amazing. In my personal opinion, of course, but I absolutely love it. So if anyone happens to find it, get it and then tell me where to get it, because I would really love to get it again. I did have someone comment after one of my last live streams saying that they think that the brand was bought by Hem, but Hem incense Dragon's Blood smells completely different. So if it has been bought by Hem, they have butchered it. But this is my favorite incense in the entire world. So if you can find it, honestly, it's amazing. My other favorites are these. This is a newer scent by Satya. This is Sacred Llama, or as I used to say, Sacred Llama. Don't know why, that's just where my brain goes, but these are fantastic. I recently just got these in for the last event, and they smell like heaven. Oh, they're like sweet, but not like sickly sweet, and then when they're burning, they're like a sweet musk. Like, this scent is amazing. And I love Satya. They're one of my favorite incense brands, mainly because they don't cause irritation like a lot of incenses do. I don't talk about it a lot, but I have really bad sensitivity in my nose. So if I burn like paraffin candles or if I burn really cheap incense, it irritates my nose to the point where it just bleeds, and it bleeds a lot. So I try to avoid cheap incense, and I tend to go for nicer brands like Satya, and I do find Satya is alright, and this is amazing. I love this incense so much. But along with this incense, I actually have another one to show you guys that has become genuinely probably one of my favorite incenses I have ever used in my entire life, and my mother can vouch for me. I have burned a lot of incense and my dad hates it. But this is from Wilderness Holistics. So if you have purchased my mystery box in the past, you will likely recognize the name Wilderness Holistics. This particular variety of incense was actually in my self-love box. So if any of you got my self-love box, which was the July box, you will know what this incense smells like. Now, Wilderness Holistics is actually a company where I know the owner. She is amazing. Her and her husband are the nicest people I have ever met in my entire life. They are lovely, and I cannot praise her enough for her company and everything she stands for. It's truly, truly amazing. But she released her own incense sticks. Now, these are the rose ones, and oh my goodness, this is the only incense I have ever burned in my entire life that smells exactly the same as it's burning as it does in the packet. Now, I know a lot of you will know the issue with this is you sniff an incense in the store and you go, that's really nice. You get home, you burn it, it smells completely different, and you are very annoyed. But this does not do that. This incense smells like heaven, and it burns like heaven, and it smells the exact same, and it's amazing. They burn for so long. They aren't super smoky, so it doesn't irritate my nose or anything. All you get is like barely any smoke and loads of fragrance, and it smells divine. I could still smell this like 3 days after I burned it, like I was still burning it. It's honestly amazing, and I was not expecting to love this incense as much as I did. Like, I love Jess and I love the company and everything that she does. But in my head, I was like, incense is incense. Nuh-uh. This incense is stinking amazing. And the next time I see her at an event, I'm getting so many more varieties of this. She actually carries my favorite scent of incense, which is oud. And I probably will get that next time. Oh, and for reference, all of the companies I'm talking about and all the products that I'm talking about, I will be linking down in the description box, so you guys can go check them out if you are interested. Now, I don't know whether all of these people have websites and whatnot, but I'm still going to link anything I can down in the description box because these companies are amazing, and I'm not affiliated with any of them. I just happen to love their stuff and think you guys would love them too. So this incense will be listed down in the description box, and I know she does ship to America and internationally, and it smells amazing, and I am lighting one of these later. So still on the incense front is another thing from Wilderness Holistics. Now, I wasn't planning on this being from Wilderness Holistics. I actually kind of forgot it was until I kind of sat down and sorted out who everyone was and where everything came from. And this is a beautiful incense burner. Now, I don't think it's going to register it, so hopefully it does, but this is actually a Selenite incense burner. And on it is actually carved in the flower of life all the way down, and it's inlaid in gold detail. And it has a little hole in the top, and honestly, this is probably the prettiest incense burner I have ever seen. I'm gonna try and get you a close-up of it so you can see what it really looks like. Can you guys see just how stunning that is? It's so, so unbelievably beautiful. And I can't get over it, and I love it, and honestly, amazing. I actually got this from Witchcraft Midlands when I attended this year, and so happy that I did. I also got one for my mum, and my mum loves it too. And honestly, this is the most unusual incense burner I've probably ever seen. I have a lot of incense burners in resin, in stone, in wood, but this is actually my first full crystal incense burner, and It's just so pretty, I just can't get over it. Okay, so the next few items are going to be animal-based items. So I'm giving you a little bit of a heads up here. If you don't like taxidermy, if you don't like skulls, if you don't like anything like that, then skip ahead. I'll do my best to try and put a timestamp or something in the description so you can see where you can skip ahead to. So I'm sorry if you don't like any of this stuff. Hopefully you can skip ahead quite easily and or just close your eyes and hope for the best. But anyone that is interested, this is kind of a little bit of my own growing taxidermy item collection. Now I will say that I try my very, very hardest to always find companies that source ethical items. So items that aren't killed for the purpose of becoming taxidermy. They are either animals that have passed away naturally and they have been preserved in taxidermy pieces, or they are items and bones that have been collected from animals that have died from natural causes. Now, I am very, very strongly against any kind of taxidermy pieces that have been killed for the purpose of becoming taxidermy. I want to make that exceptionally clear. I love animals way too much for that. I instead have taxidermy of animals that have passed away naturally as a way of continuing to appreciate their beauty. Now, I understand that not everyone is going to agree with this, but this is simply my own kind of collection, and you don't have to like it, you can just appreciate it from afar, but this is the stuff that I've got recently that I absolutely love, and I want to share the amazing creators with you. So a lot of you who've watched this channel for a while have seen my butterfly pin piece. It is on the wall just up here. Now, I don't often film in that direction anymore, but if you'd have been on my channel 6 months ago, you'd have seen this in the background of a lot of my videos is the butterflies, and I love butterflies. So when I went to an event and saw that a local man was selling pinned pieces and ornamental butterfly pieces, I knew I had to get some, and I did. Before the market even opened, because I was a stall holder as well, I went over and I bought 2 of his butterflies, and I am so happy with them. Now, you've actually been able to see these butterflies in almost every video I've done for the past 2 months, and I did also tag this person in an Instagram post with the butterflies. Now, I lived in Wales for several years and I still can't speak Welsh, so I am not going to try and butcher the name of his company, but it will be down in the description box below for anyone that is interested. Now, I have 2 specimens. I have this one, which is actually often in the background of my videos. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this very clearly. My camera does not much like focusing on things that aren't faces, but this is one of them. Now, each of these pieces is done in a way that is almost like a still life. So they are very lifelike in their placement and in the way they've been done. And honestly, I can't get over how beautiful these are. And they're actually also done in recycled jars. So it's all kind of done very naturally and multi-purpose. So I like the fact that it's done in these recycled jars and it makes it different. So I have this one, which I love. And then I also have this one. Now this one is so stunning. Can you see the green blue reflection, like a green blue shift? It is absolutely beautiful. I can't get over how stunning these are. And he does all of these by hand just because he loves it, and he's such a lovely guy to talk to, and all of his items are just so lovingly done, and he has so much knowledge behind everything that he does, and I can really, really appreciate that. There's a few people online that I really want to get from as well, but at the moment I'm just saving up. So when I can, I buy a few pieces from these small companies because honestly, I can't not. Like, I love beautiful aesthetic pieces like this that can really appreciate the life that the animal had. And honestly, I just find these butterflies just unbelievably beautiful. So the next item is actually a skull. Now, in the end, where this goddess is up here, the skull is going to be replacing the goddess, but I just want to get a sturdier hook before I put him up. But at the fairy festival that I attended mid-August, there was a lovely lady there, and she has been there many years. I've seen her at all of the events I've ever done at the fairy festival, and she does a lot of oddities and a lot of taxidermy pieces. Now, all of her pieces are natural, ethically sourced. None of them were killed for the purpose of doing it. But she had several of these. Oh, my heart just melts. She had a good few of these. She hand paints all of them, so I'm not sure if it's going to focus on it. Can you see how stunning that is? Now, she hand paints all of these, and they are all done with beautiful tribal art that almost matches the energy of the piece that she's working on. I don't fully know the name of the company off the top of my head, but I will find out and put it down in the description box. She does this as her full-time job, and all of her pieces are stunning. I could have genuinely bought everything she had on that stall and still wanted more, but I had to refrain and just get one piece, so I got this. This is the most beautiful, beautiful deer skull I have probably ever seen. It actually has the back cut off, so it sits really easily on a wall, and it actually has all of its teeth, which is fantastic because a lot of them are missing teeth from wear and tear and just from when it's found. So this one was actually found in fantastic condition. Honestly, I can't love this skull enough, and the intricacy and the detail that she puts into every piece is honestly fantastic. So I can't recommend her enough. She's so lovely. All of her products are amazing. So if anyone else is interested in decorated skulls like this, because I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, some people like them really, really intricate, some people like them super natural. This is kind of a in between, and I really, really like it. I'll put her stuff down in the description box as well, because I am going back and getting more things when I can. I really am. Okay, so the next piece that I have is something that not everyone is going to like, but the story behind these actually makes it probably easier for people to understand why I chose to get them. The thing I'm going to show you, they were actually raised and they were reared in a bird sanctuary. Now, unfortunately, these little guys did not survive and they didn't make it to adulthood. So the wonderful woman who runs this store actually collects them, and she preserves their beauty forever, essentially, in the most stunning ways imaginable. Now, I can fully appreciate the story behind this, and everything that she does is just done with such beauty, and she really does them justice. They didn't get to make it to adulthood, and that is honestly really, really, really sad. But this way we get to appreciate them, and we get to kind of continue them on even though they aren't alive. Like, I know it sounds stupid to talk about things in this way, but that's genuinely how I see these things. So this wonderful lady, she preserves everything in just such beauty. So I purchased this from her. They are just so unbelievably stunning, and you can actually open the box and you can touch them if you wanted. I personally am not going to, because I want to preserve them as best I can, and I know just from experience that the less you handle pieces like this, the longer they will be preserved for. But this to me is just so beautiful because you can see it all the way round. A lot of the times when you find pieces like this, they are usually done in a way so that you can only see them from the front. But these, you can actually see them all the way around. You can see the fluffy little tushies if you wanted to, or you can have them facing this way. Now, I never ever expected that I'd have something like this in my home, but I saw them and I just had to get them, and I had to have them around, and I am going to take such good care of them because I want to keep them around for as long as I possibly can. I just find them so beautiful, and I know that a lot of people find this creepy and morbid, so I'm really sorry about that, but I've just always loved the ability to continue something on even when it's past, and so for me, I just find this so beautiful. Now, I do have a business card from this lady, so I can tell you right now who it's from. It's from a lovely woman called Amber Rocks Art. She's on Facebook and she's on Instagram, so I'm going to be linking all of her stuff down below. She's also an illustrator. She does the most beautiful pictures and she does some really cool homeware stuff as well. But I had to pick one thing, and so I chose these. So now that the taxidermy dead things section is over, I'm now going to move on to the last couple of things that are in this favourites video. The first is something that I also had done at the Fairy Festival. I've wanted to have it done for a really long time, and this lady, oh my goodness, she is fantastic. So at this event, I was sitting next to a sketch artist. So she's actually, she is a professional artist by trade. She does portraits. And at the event, she was doing sketch portraits, but she does also do colour portraits and full detail portraits. Her name on Facebook, I will put down in the description box because I can't pronounce that. But she does have a fantastic Facebook page and she does loads of commissions, and I was just lucky enough to get these two done at the event, and I can't thank her enough for how amazing her stuff is. She's honestly phenomenal. So I got two portraits done. One is of me, one is of my partner. I'm gonna ask him if I can show his portrait in this video. If he says no, then I'm only gonna show you one portrait. But if he says yes, then you're gonna see both of them, because honestly, they are unbelievable. These portraits were done in just 10 minutes. Just remember that. These are done with someone she has never seen before, never met before. She just sits them down and she does these in 10 minutes. So first I'm going to show you mine, just in case I can't show you my partner's. But this is the portrait that she did of me at the event. It's weird, I've never seen myself from this particular angle, but honestly, I can't help but love it. Like, it's just so beautiful. And she even said that she wished she had coloured pencils, because obviously my hair is coloured. And so I'm genuinely going to go back to her at some point in the future and I'm going to have a colour piece commissioned, because I love, as I mentioned with the taxidermy stuff, I love being able to continue things on. And yes, photos are great for doing that, but sometimes you want something more than a photograph. You want something that's a different medium that lasts longer. And I'm typically always a really shy person, so I hide when people take out cameras, and I genuinely just don't like having my photo taken unless I'm the one taking it. And in which case, it's all the same photo. It's me just doing in every single photo that has ever been taken of me. So I like being able to go to a sketch artist and be able to have that likeness taken of you in a moment where you aren't forcing it. It's just you being natural. And honestly, I truly believe that we should appreciate artists more, and we should go and commission from small artists, and we should pay them for that commission. Like, too many people expect artists to do their work for free, and I really appreciate art, and I have a lot of art around me and I love it, and this woman is honestly unbelievable. Now I am going to show you the portrait of my partner. I don't know whether this is going to be in the end video. Genuinely though, this could be a photograph. I know you've never seen my partner, so you're not going to have any idea whether this looks like him or not, but just trust me, this is literally like a photograph of him. Like, genuinely, this carbon copy of my boyfriend. It's insane. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. She is unbelievable. So if anyone wants your portrait done and you live in the UK, I don't know if she does abroad. If she does, that would be fantastic. And you love kind of pencil sketch art, go to her. She is amazing. She has no idea that I'm doing this. She doesn't even know I have a YouTube channel. But honestly, she is so fantastic. Could not recommend her enough. She is such a lovely lady. So yes, they are in my favourites. So the next favourite is actually a deck. Now I don't show my decks very frequently. This is actually a brand new deck that I have got really recently. I got these in stock last week. They aren't even on the website yet, but they might be by the time this video goes up. It's called the Saints and Mystic deck. They are reading cards by Andre N. Gracia. I can't say names, so I'm really, really sorry if I butcher anyone's name. If I mention you in a video, like honestly, I butcher everyone's name. But this deck is honestly beautiful. It opens on the side, which is different than any deck I have ever got. So it opens this way. Inside there is like a full-size guidebook. Like, this is big. Like, usually guidebooks are really small, but this is really, really big. And not only that, but it's in colour, which I very, very rarely find. It's really hard to find guidebooks that are in colour. It tells you about how to use it, a little bit about the deck, about cleansing and charging, different spreads that you can do. It is amazing. So, this deck is literally Saints and Mystics, and it is actually split. So half the cards have this back, and the other half have this back. So you've got the Saints and you've got the Mystics. And genuinely, I don't know what I was expecting, but these cards are truly beautiful. I'm going to run through them really, really quickly for you so you guys can see. I have my two personal favourite cards based on my love of their history and their folklore, but let me know what your favourite card is and whether it connects to someone in particular in your life. So, first things first, you have Saint Anthony. This card is genuinely stunning. You then have Saint Barbara. Now, I know it's not going to fully focus, so I'm really sorry about that, but hopefully it does it at least a little bit. You then have Saint Christopher, Saint Expedite. Anyone who works more hoodoo workings will know a lot about Saint Expedite. You then have Saint Francis, one of my personal favourites, I have to say. You then have Joan of Arc, beautiful, honestly, the imagery on these cards is stunning. Saint Joseph, absolutely beautiful, I can't get over how stunning they are. Saint Josephine, now I am going to really butcher some of these words, so I really apologise, I'm not good with names. Saint Jude, Saint Lucy, Saint Martha. I can't get over how stunning they are. I got these and I opened them and I just couldn't believe how beautiful they were. Saint Martin. Then have Saint Mary Maculop. I'm so bad at names, I'm so sorry. It's always been something I've been terrible at, names and pronunciation, I'm so bad at it. Saint Paul. Now we have one of my favourites. This is my favourite card in the entire deck, actually. Got Santa Muerte. Oh, she's so stunning. This card is everything I want this in a frame. This is stunning. My favourite card, I think, of all of them. Saint Sebastian. Another beautiful card. Honestly, they're all beautiful. Saint Teresa. This is actually the one that's on the cover. This one is. It's beautiful. Right. Saint Valentine. Can't miss him out. Beautiful as well. I love the little details, like the roses around him. Like, it's just stunning. You can have Aristotle. See, we're starting to get onto the mystics now. The mystics are actual people. So the saints are saints from folklore and religious history. And then the mystics are all real people. Carl Jung. Now, some of these I did not know who they were until I looked them up. And honestly, they have such fascinating histories. Conficius, I'm so bad at pronunciation. Oh dear. Dion Fortune, she's so beautiful here. This is a stunning card. Edgar Case, or Casey, I'm not quite sure. Emanuel Swedenborg. Florence Scovel Shin, I think is how you pronounce it, not quite sure. Harry Houdini. I love how it incorporates modern people into it. Helena Blavatsky. Like, I just love how it's people from modern times, like Harry Houdini, that's been added in as well. Isaac Newton looking fine in this particular card. I love just how fabulous he looks with the apples and everything. King Solomon. Leonardo da Vinci. And we have another one of my favourites, mainly because I love her history and her story. Marie Laveau. Such a beautiful card this one is. This is just stunning. It's not going to focus on her, but she is beautiful. Maya Deren. Another beautiful, beautiful card. Michael de Nostradam. Michael de Nostradam. I can't speak today. Nearly at the end now, don't worry, I know you're getting bored. Plato, but some of you might love these cards as much as I do, and I adore them. Socrates. So beautiful. And lastly, William Blake. Can't get over how beautiful these cards are. I genuinely can't. They are one of the few decks that I was really drawn to and just had to get. I don't collect a huge amount of cards. I mean, my collection is growing, but I don't just get cards. Like, I have to love them. And this deck is one that I absolutely love. So that is in my favorites because I can't help but love it. So the last two. Now, one of them is fashion-y related. I get a lot of questions about my kind of style, and when I mentioned my giant boots in like a couple of live streams ago, I had a lot of people saying they wanted to see them. These are my current favorites. These are my New Rocks. Now, I have multiple pairs of New Rocks. These are just my newest New Rocks that I have. I got these actually at Christmas, but I don't wear them that often because I don't want to damage them. But these are probably one of my favorite pairs. New Rocks are like my go-to shoes. So if anyone sees me in public or at a market, guaranteed I'm wearing like a pretty dress and then New Rocks. I love these shoes, they're amazing. Genuinely, if anyone is umming and ahhing about whether or not to purchase New Rocks, because I know they are quite expensive, try Amazon, but find an actual seller that guarantees they are actual New Rocks. And honestly, they're gonna hurt like hell when you first wear them, but they do wear in, and when they do wear in, they last for so long. My main pair of New Rocks, I don't quite know what number they are. They're just like the standard black platform New Rocks. I have worn them every single day for the past 3.5 years, and they still look fantastic. They're still super comfortable, they're still amazing. And yeah, not everyone is gonna like them. They're definitely a certain style, and not everyone has said style. But if you're interested in New Rocks and you've been umming and ahhing about it, genuinely, they are amazing. If you find a pair that's quite wearable for you and then just wear them in, you will get so much use out of them. I used to volunteer at an Oxfam, and while I was there was a pair of New Rocks in there that genuinely were probably about 30 years old, and they were still completely fine. Like, yeah, they were battered, but they were still wearable, they were still good, and they were ancient. The last thing in this favorites video is something that isn't out yet. I met up with one of my friends, and she has an amazing company called From the Wildwood. Honestly, she is amazing. Amanda, I know you're watching this. You are one of my favorite people in the world, and genuinely, your company is stinking amazing. And I know you told me to wait a couple of weeks till I showed this, so I might wait a couple of weeks till I put this video out. But I got the most beautiful necklace from her at the last event that I went to. And her website doesn't yet have much on it. So hopefully by the time this video goes out, or if you hold off for a couple of weeks and just kind of keep checking back, she might have these on the website. It's this. Isn't that just so unbelievably beautiful? Like, I'm not sure if you can see just how glittery it is. Like, oh my goodness, I am in love. Like on this channel, if you've been watching for a while, you've seen me wear the fairy wing earrings. They're also from the Wildwood. Amanda makes them all. She is unbelievably, she's the craziest person I've ever met, but in a good way. Like, she is nuts in the best possible way, and her son is amazing as well. And I know that he is going to be tormented by his mom watching this video on the big TV, but genuinely her stuff is amazing, and it's such good quality. I don't know how long I've had those fairy earrings for. I'd have to say probably about 4 years. I wear them all the time. They are still just like new. They're amazing. And I know that there's a few other people out there who sell these kind of fairy wing pieces. I have seen a few, I've handled a few, I've worn a few different, and genuinely, from the Wildwoods fairy wings are the highest quality that I've ever worn. And I know that that might sound like I'm like sponsored or pandering or something like that. I'm genuinely not. I just really, really love her stuff. And so when I saw this at the fairy festival, I had to get it. This is like the last one that she had in stock, and I walked up to her stall and I went, yep, I gotta get that one. So I got it, and I've been wearing it non-stop. So in future videos, you're likely gonna see this being worn. I'm sorry if they're not available yet, but I will put the link down in the description box anyway, and hopefully when the website is kind of fully full of fairy wings, where that was a lot of Fs, this will be on there as well, because honestly, I adore it. I wear quite a lot of plain black, and when I'm wearing like a plain black dress or a plain black shirt, this here just looks, it's just everything. It's amazing, and it makes my style, which is generally quite harsh, it's a lot of like collars and black lipstick and fishnet and big trousers and giant boots, it makes an outfit that's typically quite masculine and quite harsh look a lot more feminine and a much softer, and I really, really love it. So a massive shout out to From the Wildwood, because honestly, I love their pieces, and I just love everything. I was so tempted to buy more things as well at the fairy festival, but I had to hold myself back because at this point the show had only just opened and I'd like barely made anything. Me and Amanda just did kind of like a swap. She got a few things from my stall, I got the necklace, and that's kind of how this went down. It was honestly so brilliant, and honestly every single person, every single company in this video I adore, like 100%, and I will be buying from in the future. I don't tend to buy a lot of stuff. Like, I know this might seem like I do, but the only time I buy things is when I am absolutely 100% head over heels in love with whatever it is I'm getting. And in this case, I love so much everything that I got, from the portraits to the taxidermy to the jewelry and the incense. I love absolutely everything, and will be getting more of. So I know that this has been like a ridiculously long video, but I know that some of you guys like watch these videos when you're cleaning or when you're cooking, which honestly is just amazing. So I hope that this was kind of interesting for those of you who just wanted to get a little bit of insight into me as a person. I know that it might not be interesting for a lot of you, but to me, I like learning about the YouTubers that I watch. So don't worry, my usual content is going to be back on Wednesday or on Saturday, depending on what day this video goes out. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning just a little bit about me and the things that I personally like and the things that I wear in my own personal style. If you did, feel free to give it a like, although I completely understand if it wasn't your personal thing. If you do enjoy the magical content on this channel, then please feel free to subscribe. It means so much to me that there are more people joining this family. It means so much. If you would like to see more content like this, like more personal stuff, I am going to maybe link my alternative channel down in the description box. This channel is old. This channel is cringy as hell. I've taken most of the stuff off it, but hopefully there will be new stuff on soon. So if anyone wants to know more about me personally, my own style, my opinions, my stories, ghosty things, cryptozoology stuff, it's all going to be on that channel, which will be linked down in the description box for anyone that's interested. And if you do have any questions, comments, concerns, video ideas, or just want to chit chat with the community down in the comment section, feel free to post a comment. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you've had a marvelous, magical day. Massive shout out to all my Patreon supporters. You guys mean the world to me. Honestly, you're fantastic. You'll see your names at the end of this video, and I hope to see you in the next one on either Wednesday or Saturday at 6 p.m. Bye!